Dino, I saw that there were some updates with the Air India disaster crash. What are the updates? What's
Fuel
going
cut
on?
off.
So it was a fuel cut off.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Do they know why?
No one knows why until they finish it, but they've determined that the fuel was cut off. And on
From
the
the
CVR, on the cockpit voice recorder, you could hear one pilot asking the other. I don't know, was the captain asking the co-pilot? Because whenever you take off and land planes like this, the procedure is one pilot does one thing and the other one flies the airplane. So whoever was not flying the air, we don't know who, I don't remember who, but one pilot asked the other, why'd you cut off the fuel? No, I didn't cut it off. And then you can see from the flight data recorder, the fuel got cut off and then it was turned back on. One engine was turned back on and then 4 seconds later, another one was turned back on. But the problem is, well, the fuel was cut off. But the thing about it is turbine jet engines, like my airplane, like it's a piston engine, right? And when I bash the throttle forward, wham, it just goes.
Right.
Turbine engines take time to spool.
Right.
Like the Asiana crash in San Francisco was the same problem. Like they didn't realize the throttles went back, and by the time they realized they had no power, they yanked it forward. It took time. So it needs time to spool up.
They weren't that high.
They had no time. So the thing to me, what would happen was, from what I read about all these reports, is it can't be a maintenance failure. I mean, that's the most critical thing on takeoff. You know, like when I fly my, you know what I do right before when I hit the runway? What do I always say to myself?
Full power.
No, right before that, boost on, mixture rich. Right? What does that mean? That means I'm making sure my engine has all the fuel it needs, because when I go full power, I want fuel so that it can go. So that's like a critical thing before you take off. Now, I guarantee you there's a checklist, pre-takeoff checklist there, that they check the fuel, that it's on mode, not cut off. And then if you look, I was watching like how the 777, it's not like a switch that you just cut it off. You got to pull it up, push it forward, right? And then to cut it off, to turn it on. And then to cut it off, you got to actually pull up these knobs up to click them in place and then pull them down, so you can't bump it and accidentally shut it off. It's accident proof, right? So it sounds like someone, I mean, I don't want to speculate. Let's finish the investigation. Who knows? It could be a design flaw. There was some sort of AD, it's a directive from the FAA that something needs to be checked with it. And it sounds like Air India didn't do that part, but it wasn't mandatory. That means it wasn't a critical safety issue.
Okay.
So it sounds like, from what I talked to my pilot friends and everything, there's no way you can, I have so many friends who are like captains of 777s, 747s. I don't know anyone who flies a Dreamliner or 87, but they say it's almost impossible for it to be an error, a mechanical failure. It's not a mechanical failure. So it sounds like one of the pilots shut it off right on takeoff.
That's sad.
Yeah. It has to be manual input, is what the report said. It looks like the highest probability is
Could have been a computer malfunction?
Yeah, no way. There is no way on an airframe or any airplane like that you could let a computer control the fuel. It has to be it's the most important thing in your engines. It has to get enough fuel.
That's sad.
Yeah, so that's what they found out. It was a fuel cutoff on both engines. And the other thing is, failures, it's like the probability is minute that dual engine failure takes place.
Yeah.
These planes all can fly on one engine, and the fact that they will not design and engineer something where something could toggle fuels to cut off on both engines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not easy. You can't accidentally bump it. So it sounds like one pilot's like, hey, you see the EGTs coming down, which is your power. And he looks, he goes like, hey, why'd you cut off the fuel? And the guy said, I didn't cut it off. And then they immediately turned it back on. It was too late.
That's sad.